The Liebherr R924 Compact Excavator is a machine with an operating weight of between 25 and 29 tonnes. This version of the model is an exclusive edition commissioned by Heavy Transport Models and made by Conrad, and is in the colours of Kibag, a Swiss company. It comes in a Liebherr branded box, and Conrad now seem to be adding picture labels which describes what's inside. There's no information about the real machine, and the model is protected within some foam rubber covering. It protects the model well enough, and the only other thing included is a small bag with a couple of parts that have to be fitted. There are two plastic mirrors to fit on the model. One goes on the side and it presses into place into a pre-formed hole. If the fit is not so good, you might just need to remove a little bit of paint from inside the hole or trim the end of the mirror, but once it's in place it stays in place. And there's another mirror that fits on the back of the excavator. Detail underneath is very plain with just a large screw securing the body. But the metal tracks look good and the frames are pretty reasonable, although there are no working rollers. The cab detailing is on the simple side. There's no mirrors or wipers, but there is a metal grab rail. The casting of the body is very good with lots of openings and other details. It's also good to see some hydraulic pipes and lines modelled from the boom into the body. The boom and stick are fine with brass rivets used to make the connections, and there's a decent metal bucket at the end of the stick. Taking the model out onto the smooth test surface, and there's too much friction for the tracks to roll, but in fact they are very smooth rolling tracks. The idler wheel is spring-loaded, so it's easy to remove the tracks if you want. And if you try the model out on a rougher surface, there's no problem at all with the tracks rolling smoothly. In terms of the other features, rotating the body is pretty smooth, although on the review model it's a little bit stiff. At least it doesn't flap about. As this is a zero tail swing excavator, the back doesn't stick out as it turns around. Conrad have made a good job with the movement of the boom and stick. It can reach right out without any difficulty, and there's a good range of movement on the bucket too. You can also fold the boom and stick up so the model appears to operate entirely within its own footprint. And if you're interested in digging deep, the range of movement down below track level is excellent, and you can reach right underneath the machine if you want. So for all digging modes you can pose it really any way you want, and the cylinders are stiff enough that the model will hold the pose. Lastly, if you want to put it on a low loader, it'll fold right down with a minimum headroom. This model from Conrad was first introduced at the end of 2005 in Liebherr colours. Therefore it's not the most detailed model, but it works well enough. Although it's a little bit pricey in the very limited edition colours of Kibag, it's recommended.